The FIA has released the full entry list for next year's Formula One Championship season. All 20 drivers set to compete have been confirmed, along with the details of the 10 teams. This includes changes to the official team names. Plus, 3 rookie drivers have joined the grid, along with their confirmed race numbers. In today's video, we'll take a look at all 20 drivers competing for next season's championship and their confirmed numbers. Let's begin. Starting with number 1, Max Verstappen. The two-time back-to-back F1 champion, Max Verstappen, will return to the grid driving for Red Bull in his usual number 1. The team name for the Red Bull Limited is Oracle Red Bull Racing, and they'll be hoping to win another title after a dominant season. Verstappen, arguably, is the best driver on the circuit currently, and will fancy his chances with Red Bull having the best car so far in the competition thanks to their Honda RB-PT engine make. Then taking number 11, Sergio Perez. The Red Bull team is complete, with Sergio Perez being the other driver with his contract extended to the end of 2024. Checo enjoyed a decent season, with Red Bull finishing third in the standings with 2 wins and 11 podiums. He finished 3 points behind Ferrari's Charles Leclerc, who was expected to rival Verstappen in a 2-horse race, so this was a fantastic season for the Mexican star. Perez will hope to add a few more wins next season. Followed by number 16, Charles Leclerc. The Monacan star will return for Scuderia Ferrari and will be hoping to put things right after a disappointing campaign. He'll be driving his usual number 16 and will hope for better luck this time around. Leclerc started the season well and will know that the 3 wins do not reflect the campaign he had. Ferrari will be hoping for Leclerc to mount a challenge next season, especially with a new team principal at the helm as well. Also, number 55, Carlos Sainz. Ferrari's team is complete, with Carlos Sainz taking the other seat, driving for Ferrari Spa Scuderia Ferrari. The Spaniard finished the season with 246 points in 5th place, 9 podiums, and a single victory at the 2022 British Grand Prix. It was his main Formula One pole position and career win, and he'll be hoping to add a few more of those next season. Together, the 2 drivers will hope to battle for the Constructors' Championship to falling over 200 points short of Red Bull this season. Next, number 63, George Russell. Mercedes will have both their stars returning, with number 63 George Russell enjoying a very good campaign, finishing above Lewis Hamilton in the final standings. Russell's rise has been remarkable, and he enjoyed a very consistent season, finishing 4th in the standings, well ahead of Carlos Sainz Jr. with 275 points, despite having fewer podiums. He won Mercedes' only race in Brazil, and he'll definitely be one to watch next season if the Silver Arrows can produce a competitive car to match Red Bull. After that, number 44, Lewis Hamilton. The legendary Lewis Hamilton is all set to return next season as he attempts to win an unlikely 8th championship to become the outright leader with the most World Drivers' Championship titles. Currently, he's tied with Michael Schumacher on 7, but has the record for most wins, pole positions, and podiums. But he had a rough year for Mercedes, finishing 6th in the final standings with 240 points, 9 podiums, and 0 wins. He'll be hoping to rectify that anomaly in 2023. Coming in number 31, Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon will be coming back for the Alpine in 2023 after a very good campaign despite a not-too-good car. His consistency was crucial, with regular finishes between 6th and 10th on Sundays. Some would term it boring, but if you're finishing ahead of Fernando Alonso, you've done a good job. In fact, his performances allowed Alpine to win their rivalry against McLaren despite having 0 podiums. But this year, he'll be driving with a new partner. Adding to that, number 10, Pierre Gasly. Yep, the first surprise on the list is Alpine getting Pierre Gasly, who drove for AlphaTauri last season. It's an intriguing partnership, to say the least, and given AlphaTauri's 9th place finish, this is a big step for Gasly. He'll be hoping for higher finishes and will have his fingers crossed for a podium, at the very least, in the upcoming season. Not to forget the first rookie on the list, number 81, Oscar Piastri. McLaren revealed that rookie Oscar Piastri will replace the outgoing Daniel Ricciardo. The 21-year-old Australian is a promising talent, putting together a stunning rookie season at the FIA Formula 2, and he'll also be hoping to bring that to Formula 1. It's a big step, but those associated with McLaren believe that Piastri has what it takes to become an established driver for them. Joining him as number 4, Lando Norris. The British star Lando Norris will be back for McLaren once again for 2023. He enjoyed a very good season given McLaren's obvious woes throughout most of the year, and he was consistently among the best of the rest. In fact, Ricciardo's struggles indicate just how good Norris drove all season long and has the potential to become a championship-winning driver in the future. Then, number 77, Valtteri Bottas. Returning for Alfa Romeo, Valtteri Bottas will wear his usual number 77. Bottas accumulated a total of 49 points for Alfa Romeo, and while he's always been known as a great qualifier, there were some increasing question marks over his wheel-to-wheel combat. He led the team really well once again, and if the car's performance hadn't dipped, he could have brought even more points as they failed to capitalize on the early season promise. Next, number 24, Guan Yu Zhou. The rookie of the 2022 season will return for a second season with Alfa Romeo, and he had a good campaign. He definitely did enough to earn that new contract and even held his own on many occasions, but Zhou will feel that he needs to have that killer instinct to win more points. Not to mention, he suffered a horrific crash at the British GP and bounced back brilliantly. The team has put their faith in him. Can he repay it? After that, number 18, Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll will be back at his Aston Martin seat for 2023. He's had a tough career fighting the allegations that his inclusion has been solely based on who his father is, but he did show solid glimpses of his talent. The finale in Abu Dhabi in particular was special, and he did all that in a poor car. For the upcoming season, he'll have high hopes and will drive once again with a veteran, but not Seb, as Fernando Alonso has taken his place. Definitely a dynamic to watch out for. Moving on to number 14, Fernando Alonso. Aston Martin announced the signing of Fernando Alonso after Sebastian Vettel's retirement, and the former champion will return aged 41 to drive for Aston Martin. He had a good year and showed that even at that age, he has the talent to challenge the frontrunners. But the higher bars set by him tend to result in suffering, and let's see if he can hopefully enjoy a better year, this time with lesser retirements. Followed by number 27, Nico Hülkenberg. The MoneyGram Haas F1 team hasn't only got a new sponsor, but also a new driver in Nico Hülkenberg, who was the early season stand-in for Aston Martin. Hülkenberg did a good job in Saudi Arabia and has been a well-respected figure among the F1 paddock over the years and now benefits from Schumacher's poor season and will drive alongside Magnussen for Haas. On to number 20, Kevin Magnussen. After a year out of an F1 car, Magnussen was thrown into the mix and he did a really decent job of holding his own. Haas needs a team leader throughout the chaos, and he filled that role to perfection. Magnussen will return for Haas after a decent season, and they'll hope for a higher finish, which could have been achieved if Schumacher had strung together some decent finishes. There's room for improvement for Kevin, and he knows that better than anyone else. Coming in, number 21, Nick de Vries. The outgoing Pierre Gasly will be replaced by the Dutch 27-year-old Nick de Vries, who comes in for AlphaTauri. He served as the reserve driver for Mercedes and earned his spot for AlphaTauri after that impressive Monza 2022 race. De Vries was a late stand-in for Williams, and he performed fantastically, setting the bar really high, but that means a lot more expectations in the upcoming season. How will he fare with those expectations? It remains to be seen. Also, number 22, Yuki Tsunoda. The Japanese star Yuki Tsunoda will be back for AlphaTauri in the upcoming campaign. He'll be back for a third season in the F1, and there will be a lot of riding on his shoulders after a below-average campaign. Tsunoda dealt with some hard luck regarding mechanical reliability, but he also needs to improve his consistency. He'll need to prove that he's not just good entertainment off the track, but also on it, and will need to convert the promise from the practice sessions into points. Can he outperform Nick? After that, number 23, Alex Albon. One of our favorite drivers from the 2022 season was Alex Albon. He had a terrible car, which unsurprisingly finished 10th with only 8 points, but Albon's mega stint on those hard tires in Melbourne was so impressive. Joined together with some brilliant qualifying laps, Albon will be hoping for more points if Williams can put together a better package for 2023. Of course, they need to keep that straight line speed and then improve the rest, because Albon is good, and they've done well to retain him with all the interest in him. Finally, number 2, Logan Sargeant. As obvious as it was for Verstappen to finish the season as the best driver, Nicolas Latifi finishing as the worst one was set in stone. After another poor campaign, Latifi has been let go and he's been replaced by Logan Sargeant, who just needs to do better than the rare points that Latifi got in Japan, and he'll have this seat for next season as well. Very low expectations on the young 21-year-old shoulders, who promises to bring something new to the competition. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these rookies are you most excited to see in the upcoming season? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.